Welcome back again, guys. Once again, today I'm working on a Virgo bonnet and I'm using my Cricut Explorer 2 again. And happy birthday to all the Virgos. It's Virgo season. I wanted to do something fun and a little bit different from the one that I did the last time. But again, as you can see, I've already cut out everything, and I'm basically weeding the vinyl away. And I started by using a pen that I had to break through it. But if you have the toolkit, of course, use your toolkit. I don't know what mine is, so I just use the pen to get these letters out. And as you can see, I'm trying to work slowly. I ended up taking it and watched TV until I finished it because just standing here, that was actually boring. But anyway, it's something. See? Okay. Now, you can see how that one came out. Again, I took it and finished it. Put that to the side. Now what I'm going to do is cut out my bonnet. And this is my pattern I got from beautifulbonnetbabes.etsy.com. Beautifulbonnetbabes.etsy.com. I will have that down in the description bar. Thank you for supporting my channel. Now, I use that pattern. I cut it out. I have a lot of layers here because I'll be using this stuff throughout the week. But anyway, I decided to do white and I decided to use copper. The copper is going to be on the inner side for my head, and the white is going to be for the outer for this design. So as you can see, I'm cutting them into strips and then I'm cutting them into little squares. I have about 24 pieces that I was able to make on a 12 by 12 sheet. So that's pretty good because out of a 12 by 36 roll, you can get about 3 bonnets out of that. But anyway, I took my white satin and I pressed it. Started adding my vinyl pieces and I kind of straddled them in a different design to basically cover the whole surface. Just something a little bit different than what I did before. And I was able to do about 3 at a time, and I had my Cricut setting on 295 and I pressed it down for 30 seconds. Actually 20 seconds should be able to do, but I just don't want my stuff peeling off and coming off later on at all. We don't have time for that. So I just continued. I pulled it down and started working at the top using the same technique. Pressed it down again, same setting, same time frame. Then I went and started moving downward and started doing the same thing. I'm going in to fill in a few extra spots. I don't mind going kind of close to the perimeter because even with it being ironed down and I go stitch, it doesn't bother the vinyl. It just stitches across it. Everything lays flat. So what I decided to do, the other ones that I had left over, I scattered them and did them at different angles and stuff too, to fill out the space as well. And right now I'm just slowly peeling all of them off. And if I need to go back and add a little bit more heat to it, I do it about 10 or 15 more seconds. But I continue to work on the ones that are cooler, and then I come back to the ones that are hot once they cool off, and then I slowly peel it off. And they came out perfect. So I went and ironed my bronze piece of satin that's going to go on the inner side. And so I just basically do right sides together, both shiny, facing one another. I get my paper clip, and not my clips, not my paper clip, my clips. And basically what I do is I leave about 2 to 3 inches, and I sew from one side to the other and leave that open, and I make sure I back stitch on both sides, as you can see right here. And what I do is add a little, you can cut the excess off, but this time I just added a couple little slits, being careful not to cut the string. That way when I turn it inside out, I don't have any, humps and bumps and things of that nature. Everything can lay down flush, and I can go over it the way I need to. Now I'll grab my clips again, because I'm going to go around and do a zigzag stitch, and that zigzag stitch is going to continue to include that gap. I'm going to start on one side, back stitch on each side, and go around, as you can see I did right here. And this is how it looks so far. Then the next step, I'm going to do another zigzag stitch, and I will show you how that stitch is going to look. See, that second stitch is parallel, and it's going to go all the way around the perimeter as well, but I'm going to have an opening and a gap because that's where I'm going to put my elastic. Now for my elastic, I cut a 20-inch piece of elastic. I took a safety pin and put it on both sides. One side I'm going to put to the garment, as you can see. Then the other one is the one that I'm going to shimmy around and just basically go around the whole perimeter until I'm able to pull it back out. Okay, once I get to the other side, I basically join the two pieces of elastic together. I'm going to overlap them at least about an inch, and then I'm going to go zigzag across them once they're overlapped at least an inch. Go back stitch, go up and down, back stitch again. You can do it a few times, 2 or 3 times, to make sure it stays in place. So now, this is how I close the outside of the garment. I turn the ends toward one another. I'm basically tucking them, as you can see. I take a clip or pin and I fold them inside again, even if I have to do a little pleat in the back, like you see I'm doing. Fold it in again, Just make sure everything looks neat and lined up on the outside. And then what I do next, I do a straight stitch from one side of those clips to the other. Straight stitch from that side to that side, closer to the edge. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to join that zigzag gap together. And then I'm basically finished, guys. This is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoy it. I will list this one on beautifulbonnetbabes.etsy.com. I will come through and do one for each month. So next month, I look forward to coming back and doing beautiful Libras. So I thank you guys for joining me. Please share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys the next time.